What is going on, Atlanta Falcon fans, man? Y'all know who it is, your boy Antoine. Smitty Smith, Smitty Sports Machine, man. Y'all know I can get down. Y'all know I do it, man. Press that subscribe button. Also, press that notification bell to get my videos. As soon as I drop them, press that like button, man, to help me get my recommendations up. To get my video through the YouTube universe. Y'all know how I do it, man. Right quick. Falcon got good and bad news today. For one, this John Harbaugh thing is probably not going to go away until he's on somebody's payroll, and he's down to his final two teams, man. From Conner Hughes, he says that it's between Atlanta and the Giants at this point, and it's really not a surprise to me because, as I've been telling y'all, you look at two of the biggest media markets that are teams that are remaining are Atlanta and New York. So I went over, what it would take to get John Harbaugh to Atlanta, and it's not a cheap price, man. And whew, but here's the tweet. Y'all see it on the screen. Said there's a belief among other coaches candidates that John Harbaugh will land with either the Giants or the Atlanta Falcons. Conner Hughes reports with the loser in no sweepstakes, landing Kevin Stefanski. The Miami Dolphins have had Harbaugh interest too. Although they already made the general manager decision, there could be additional vacancies opening after wild card weekend. And look, tonight's game between the Steelers and Texans will be the end of the wild card. So the interviews will again happen. But if y'all didn't know, John Harbaugh, he did an interview with the Atlanta Falcons, and they completed the interview in person. And Arthur Blank stated that if he had time, that they would do the interview. So the thing is, with what's going on with things like this, you always have to be careful and don't get your hopes up. Because even though they interviewed him, it could go either way. And we saw this the last coaching cycle before Raheem Morris got hired, and they completed the interview, and he would be the 20th coach in the franchise's history. I think it was Marion Campbell that was the Falcon coach twice. But it says our search committee will be structured a little bit differently than it has been in the past. This is what Arthur Blank said. It will be made up a component of people that represent our leadership in all areas of businesses, but we're going to put heavy emphasis. We're hiring this president of football first, which is Matt Ryan, that y'all know of, and that's the goal. And over the next couple of days, we will have a serious interview set up, and they just interviewed John Harbaugh. So we want to get that person in their seat and have them lead the interviews for a head coach and general manager position going forward. And this is what Arthur Blank said last Thursday during that press conference. And now Matt Ryan is in place. Now they're looking for the coach. But still, man, with no general manager, they're still doing the same thing they were doing beforehand. You should hire the GM first, and then you worry about the coach later. But see, with John Harbaugh, they really can't do that because he's on a time crunch, and teams that have things in place already with the general manager already in place, I think they have an upper hand on the Falcons. But the crazy part about this, man, the second part of this is they said the winner of that sweepstakes between those two teams would probably be stuck with Kevin Stefanski, and I have no problem with that. Don't get me wrong. He's coach of the year 2 times. He's been to the playoff with the Browns, so he's had some success. You remember Baker Mayfield, set a rookie record for touchdown passes. So, I mean, the talent is there, but I think the Cleveland front office is just a bit more dysfunctional than what is led on to be. Now, I know a lot of y'all are pretty much upset about, that Shedeur Sanders situation and how he handled it. Yes, he did handle it a little bit, poorly, but at the same time, what's been going on in NFL concerning Shedeur Sanders and, people trying to, gang up and go against him as to why he was picked in the 5th round when they know he was the best quarterback in the NFL draft. But one thing with Kevin Stefanski that could come, and I don't know it, but I'm just saying, if he made up his mind and want a new quarterback, what if he brought Shedeur Sanders along with him? And I know it would be a long shot, but what if, they had some kind of chemistry for Shedeur to succeed, putting up the numbers that he put up during the season. So um, it's just something to watch. But John Harbaugh is probably the main guy that they're going to be looking at. And I just think um, it could just possibly be a long shot at this point. So I'm telling y'all, when y'all see things like this between two teams, it's gonna be tough, one way or another. But I still think they could be looking at other coaches, but I still think the GM Ian Cunningham, to me, is still the front runner when it comes to the GM position. So if they can get all of this wrapped up in the next couple of weeks, because y'all got to remember the new league year is right around the corner. A little bit, I think it's about March, so it's a little bit under 2 months left before the new league year starts, and they have to have things in place for this to happen. But John Harbaugh to the Falcons is heating up. It's down between them and the Giants. Y'all know what to do, man. Tell me what y'all think. Drop those comments, and I'm gonna holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.